Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you day 6 of the 12 days of Christmas, and I'm doing it a little bit different. I am going to scrap live, and we've got a couple family issues going on, so it's just easier for me not to have to film and then do editing. So I appreciate your patience for those of you who don't necessarily like a longer video. I got everything together, so hopefully I'll make this pretty quick. This is another Pinterest inspired layout. I found multiple layouts that made like a Christmas gift. So I'm going to do that. And unfortunately, the picture I really wanted to use for this layout was when my grandson was announcing at Christmas time that he was going to be a big brother. And go figure, I can't find the picture. I put it in that special spot that no one knows where it's at. So my other one is my dog, who we lost a couple years ago. This is one of the last pictures that we have. In fact, this is his last Christmas. So I look at this as being he was a gift for our family. So this is the layout that I'm going to go, or the picture I'm going to go ahead and use for this layout. So my plan is to use this Bella Boulevard as my background. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut like 1-inch strips from the black cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' Up! Scallop punch and border punch, and I'm going to put a scallop on it like it's a wavy ribbon. And then I'm taking this other Stampin' Up! Ribbon that I've had forever and just took the plastic off the outside. That is sad. I have never used this, and I want to say this was probably 2000. No, when was this? It's old. Let me just tell you. I want to say this is at least 10 years, if not longer, old, and I've never used the ribbon. So getting it out and going to use it up, but I like the green. I like the brighter green. So I'm going to be making, like I'm wrapping a present, I'm going to be using the black and the green to crisscross, and I'm going to tuck the picture in. I've got tissue paper over here, and I'm going to make, back the photo with some of that. And then I'm going to use some of these flowers as embellishment to try and make it look like a cluster, like it would have been ribbon on the present. I think this layout is pretty cool. I have looked at it several times, and I'm going to try it today. I think this would be a great layout, not just for Christmas, but you could use it for birthdays, anniversary, any kind of a special gift that you get, Valentine's, and you're wrapping it up. So if you got a new car for Christmas, God only wish I would have, but if you did get something special like that, engaged, whatever, it would be a great focal photo to show. So let's go ahead and get going so I don't keep you forever. And I'm going to apologize right now. My room for the last few days from scrapbooking all these has turned into a major disaster zone. So hopefully we won't have any I won't have any, like Adele Toomey says, craft de lanche on here. Now I am cutting up a lot off of the tree, but that's okay because I have lots of pictures of this tree. This is kind of how I decorate it every year. So we have more of a country, and I don't know if you can tell in the picture, we have tons and tons and tons of ornaments. We do a family gift exchange. Well, it's not a gift exchange. We stopped exchanging gifts. So now what we do instead is we do what we call an ornament exchange. And my dad reads "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and we pass the ornaments around the room. And at the end, whatever ornament you're holding is the ornament that you take home. So needless to say, I have tons of ornaments on my tree, and I love it, and it brings great memories. So I do have tons of pictures of my Christmas tree. So I'm going to start by matting my photo. This is Joe. He was such a good baby. We had him for 13 years before he passed. And this week has kind of been a rough week. We also last Friday had to put our cat, who we've had for 19 years, we actually had her before we even got Joe. We had to put her to sleep. And then I have a family member right now in the hospital, but hopefully it's not going to be anything real serious. So it's just been a crazy kind of week. So like I said, I'm sorry I'm doing this live, and we'll see what we get as I'm rambling. I warned my husband if he hears me talking to myself, I'm not going crazy. It's just me doing the video, and he's to be quiet and tiptoe and ignore me. So I'm thinking I want the photo like up in the corner. And then I always use doilies, love doilies. So that's going to be tucked behind like that. And then we're going to go ahead and crisscross with the ribbon. Or I could do the ribbon more like here and center it more. Now we'll wait till we get it done and see what looks better. And again, if you decide that you want to scrapbook this one, there's multiple on Pinterest that I've seen. And I think it's a great way to showcase a photo for a gift. Alright, so let's go ahead and then I went through my stash and I kind of grabbed anything that I thought was a good embellishment that would go with it again. So hopefully this is going to be a good size. I'm just cutting a 1-inch strip. Oh, that didn't go all the way through. For those who have never done a border punch, basically what you do is you're going to punch it, and on either side of the punch there is the guide, and all you're doing is lining up what you've already punched with the guide and then pressing down, and then it lines it up where it's even. And I'm already thinking this isn't going to be wide enough. So what I might do is just cut 2 and layer it. Let's see. So I hope everybody's holiday is going strong. I've yet to go shopping and brave the elements. My kids are older, and so I'm not sure what to get everybody. They're to that age. The grandkids, we're getting them passes to the public pool in their community for next year, so they probably won't understand it, but they're 3 and 5, so they're going to get enough other stuff. So this isn't wide enough, so I think I'm going to have to go maybe 1.5 inches so that I can get the punch on the other side. I'll just put that to the side and we'll use that for another day. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed and been encouraging me through this journey. I've been scrapbooking for probably 20 years now and found YouTube about 8 years ago maybe. When I had been traveling, I had been doing a flight attendant like in 2009, and so I'll be stuck in a lot of hotels wishing I had my scrappy stuff with me. So the next best thing is I started watching some YouTube videos, and I've gotten hooked ever since. And I've always admired everybody who's been brave enough to go out there and put their work out there and provide us with some entertainment and just promote this hobby that we all love. So I got encouraged by some of my scrappy friends, and I got brave. So this is the 2nd month, and I'm really having fun. I've enjoyed it, and I hope that I'm bringing a little encouragement to everybody to go out in their room and play with their stuff, because that's what it's all about. So I'm not going to claim to be a Chamel or, you know, Nicole Jones, but I am having fun and finding new creators. My newest one is Janet from RTS, loving her style, and she's out there promoting the hobby and giving you ideas on how to use what you've got in your stash. Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life is another scrappy buddy, and Moira, and you know, I could keep naming all of them, but it's kind of fun to get back and kind of give back to the community. So thank you very, very much for those who have subscribed and watched my video, and for the lovely comments and feedback. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully as I go, I'll improve as I go along. So this one I think is better. So this one's going to be the 1.5. So now it's just got a little bit of an edge going over, and that's what I want. So I'm going to cut it a little bit longer, and I'm just going to use score tape on it to hold it down. Let me clear this off. Actually, let me punch this one real quick, and then we'll do the tape. So have you all finished your Christmas shopping? Just wondering who's a go out there and shop and get it all done right away person, or in my case, a procrastinator. Last year it was great because I got my Amazon account for the first time, and man, it was a beautiful thing. I just had packages showing up every day, and then we just wrapped them. I didn't have to go to the crowds or anything. And this year, like I said, the kids are not being cooperative with telling me what they want. So the boys have tons of toys, so that's why I went with the pool pass. And I think they'll really like it. And I'm just going to get them, we get them pajamas and a book every year. So they'll get their annual. And then the other thing we're doing is we're taking them next week. It's kind of part of their gift, but not really. But we're taking them to a local train museum, and it's the trains like the big locomotive type. And they're putting on a, it's not really Polar Express, it's kind of, they're actually, you go on the train ride for 40 minutes with Santa Claus, and then they're going to have cookies and hot chocolate for the kids, and they have their train barns open so you can go through and see the big trains. So we're going to go for a train ride next week with Santa Claus, which will be a fun day for them. And so that's kind of part of their gift. So it's more, what we're giving them is more event stuff versus things, which I kind of like. They probably won't like it, but when they're actually doing the event, they'll have fun. All right, so I just have this score tape, and this stuff, I know I've said it in my other video, this stuff sticks like there's no tomorrow. So if you ever go to Scrapbook Expo, it's called Suk Wang. Boy, you put that stuff down, and it's not coming up. So there's no forgiveness whatsoever with this tape. If you make a mistake putting it down, you've made a mistake. So I'm just going to center this on this border strip. Like so. And then I'm just going to cut a piece that's a little bit bigger so I can tuck it behind. Now I really thought about maybe even doing like, I think you could use like that ribbon like you normally wrap presents with, the curling ribbon. I think I'd be cute with that. I just wasn't sure how well it would hold up in the album, so I didn't use it. I'm just going to go with the ribbon instead. I'm just going to line this up and press it down. So there's the first one. And that's what it's going to look like on the present. So let's go ahead and do the second one. So like I said, this is a really easy layout. I don't think there's much to it. You know, you're not just matting your photo and doing 2 strips and some ribbon. And that's kind of why I liked it. And then it's just all embellishment after that. Now if I get to the point where I think this video is too long, I will edit it and voice over. But I'm really hoping I can do it within 30 minutes so you guys aren't totally going insane listening to me ramble. Okay, so there's that one. Let's cut a piece off. And I think pretty much all these, all the stuff that I'm using, other than like the doilies, is all supplies I've had for a couple, well, again, 2014. So I'm doing with Shannon and Moira and Christy and quite a few others. We're doing our spending freeze. And it's kind of fun because we're actually diving into our stash and seeing what we've got and trying to use things up. And then we're focusing on different items. Like I've been trying to use up my, okay, I'm doing a sad job on this one, hang on. That side's good, but this one's pretty pathetic. Been trying to focus like on the 6x6 paper pads. I have so many, and they don't fit in my container anymore. So I'm not allowed to buy another one until I actually get them used up. All right, so Joe's going to go up here. Now I had thought about centering it and like maybe tucking him into like this, so that he was tucked into the present with the bows like right here. I don't know if I really like that or not. So we're gonna stick, instead of bows, I have these poinsettias that I was gonna use in different colors and do a cluster. Or would it look better to have him up here and that down there? I think I kind of like that better. I really thought I was going to want it in the center, but now that I'm looking at it, I kind of like him. Let me see what it looks like if I put him on the bottom. I could do it like that and have the cluster up here. And then it's kind of they can pop off the doily a little bit. I kind of like that. And then I do have like this bow that we can put in. And I have a Christmas tag that I want to put in, and that works out good for the way that's kind of going. And then I just have like these tag, like this house tag But actually, I don't even like that. I have this dangly bow that I thought could hang off of it. Or I can go with the gold bow instead of, but I kind of like the black and white. I did pull off a couple stickers. I could stick one underneath or on top. I don't even think it needs that. And then I do have the word joy, which I'll just put that right here because he was a joy. So I think I'm going to go simple. And I'm just going to go ahead and cluster, and I kind of like this. Right like this. All right, let's glue it down and make a decision. And then he's going to go on, again, I'm going to put him on tissue paper. And if I have to pull up a little bit here and there, if I want to tuck, I'm using the ATG to put this down on the paper, because with the ATG I can pull it up easier than I can with that score tape. With the score tape, it's just too unforgiving. That looks pretty straight. Oh, no, angled. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to look straight. And that one looks good too. Okay, we're going with that. Let's tuck these behind. All right, I like that. So now I think I'm just going to go above and then do the cluster up here. So now I do have black and white checked again. And rip off a hunk of this. And this tissue paper, I think I just got at Michael's in their wrapping paper section. And then I have this glittery, and it's got some red glitters in it. But I don't know if I really want to go, because it's bringing in some blue and green and other colors. So I think I'm going to hold off on this one. But this one here has some black and white polka dot, or black polka dots on white. So we'll use that. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to layer this first. I'll trim that up. Okay, let's hear it. I think the tearing kind of what makes it, I want it to have the effect that it looks like a present. So like in Christmas, you've gone and you tore open all the presents. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm just going to put a layer of this. Okay. I want the darker color to be up. So I'm just going to tear it and do it like this. Alright. And then we'll just, again, rip both of the edges off. All right. I'm going to leave the bottom a little bit longer since I really am not going to have anything embellishing under there other than this Joy acrylic piece. That way it will kind of stand out. And this one I need to rip too. All right. Now for the 12 days of Christmas, I'm trying to do all 12 days. It was a hop where it was optional. So I don't have videos done up ahead. And like I said, I've had some family issues going on. So I'm trying, but I don't know. Hopefully I'll be successful. But I don't know if anybody would be interested for one of the 12 days or not. But I have done December daily in the past. I did it twice. And I have my 2 books. So I didn't know if doing an album share of my December daily would be something that you guys would be interested in, or if you just want me to continue making layouts, which I'm fine with doing that as well. So leave a comment below if you'd like to see an album share of my December dailies, or if you prefer just seeing the 12 by 12 album, since I know there's a lot of people, or 12 by 12 process videos, because I know there is a lot of people that are doing the December dailies right now. So I don't know what everybody is wanting. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down, and I'm going to glue it on an angle so it looks like it's hanging off the ribbon here. And then I'm just going to take a glue dot and I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to the side like that. I don't want to cover up too much of the Merry Christmas. Okay, and now I'm just going to build with the poinsettias, and actually I might leave the glue dots out. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down, or do I want it up here? I kind of like it up there so it pops off the red. I don't normally like it off the picture, but in this case, I'm fine with it. And really there is no rules to scrapbooking. I know you've probably heard it before. It's really what's appealing to you. If it's not something you do, if this is more your style, then do it this way. I don't like seeing the edge of the photo underneath and having it half and half. I'd rather have it all on the red. To me, that looks more appealing, and the Joy pops off of the red, versus this gives me too many weird angles. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it here. And again, it would be the same thing. If I throw it up there, I'm seeing weird stuff underneath with the ribbon, and that I don't like. I'd rather have it floating versus having stuff popping through the holes. If I backed it onto another piece of paper and then put it down, that would be different because it would cover up what's seeing through. But I like this acrylic piece the way it is, and I do like it on the red. And I'm just using, this is quick dry adhesive in the fine line bottle, the Scotch. I've had this bottle for probably 6 years, same bottle, so they work really good. I recommend the yellow tip though, and not the, I think they have a blue one, which is a smaller needle, and the glue does flow with the yellow. And you just have to remember to always put the cap on so it doesn't dry out and clog. Alright, so I'm happy with how that looks. So now we're going to go ahead and try and put the poinsettias around. And I do want to layer them with some of the green. So I'm not sure how many green I have. So let's see, I have 1, 2, got 1 or 2. Problem with these paper flowers is you can never tell if it's more than 1 layered in. I think that's just 1. There's 3, 4. So I have 5. So I think I'm going to go with 2 white. Or maybe I'll go 3 white. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 of the red. Since the red is not going to stand off as much. And I'm just going to put them like on an angle here. And then what I think I might do is I have some enamel dots. And I think what I'm going to do is put, I think I have some white glittery ones and some red ones. And I think I'll put those in the centers. And here we go. And the green is just going to make it stand off the page so it's not blending in with the red background. So 2 weekends ago, I don't know if you saw my share video, I actually went on a retreat with the group of girls that I normally go with. Normally we go with about 30 of us in our group. And unfortunately, the place we normally go canceled on us at the last minute, so we had to reschedule, and it was right the weekend before Thanksgiving. So we only had about half our group. But the place we normally go to in the past is like a Girl Scout camp. So it's dorm style as far as sleeping arrangements. So you're all sleeping in a dorm together and, you know, sharing it with people who snore. And so you just kind of, you're roughing it a little bit. I kind of like that. I could tuck one underneath. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So anyways, this new place we ended up finding was just a little bit more expensive than where we normally go. But instead of dorm styles, it had like hotel room type stuff. So I shared a room with my sister, and it was kind of nice because you had that private area to get away, and then you still had you know, you were with your friends and stuff, and it didn't have to break the bank. It's a we stayed at a Christian retreat, and beautiful facility. So I think we're going to go back in January, and then I have to decide what I want to do, because my pictures, obviously, with not being able to find the ones of my grandsons, are in sad shape, and I really need to get them organized. Not only the ones that are printed, but also the all of my ones that are on my computer also need to get organized. And I'm thinking for the next retreat, instead of dragging all my stuff with me, which I hate paying for not scrapbooking, but I'm thinking I'm going to just bring pictures. Oh, there was two. I'm thinking I'm just going to bring pictures and actually organize my photos. And that way I'm still bringing a bunch of stuff because I have boxes and boxes of photos, but they're just a mess and they need to be put in order. And I'm thinking that might be a good project to take with me. The only downside of this location that we went to was the actual scrapping room was a little bit tighter than we normally had. We're used to having like a full 6-foot table, your standard table, and these were 6 foot, but they were more narrow, and the room was a little bit tighter. But it was actually kind of nice because of the closer quarters. We actually weren't having to scream across the room. You could actually have a conversation with people on the other side of the room without having to really shout or yell. So it was kind of a nice cozy. And then they do have another meeting area that's on the lower level. So when we end up with our full 30 people, we might have to split up the groups, but it's all the same building, so it's going to be kind of neat, I think. Do you guys go on retreats, or do you just do your scrappy stuff online? I'm finding that I love going to these things, but then I also love not having to drag my stuff. All right, I'm thinking I want it right there. So we're going to go for it. And I'm going to use my glue to hold it down, or a glue dot, just to make sure it really sticks. And I think it needs some gold Heidi shine. So let me get that out. So really, I think this turned out pretty good for a simple layout. I'll move all this stuff out of the way. It was pretty easy, and I think it turned out pretty good. And again, it just looks like a present. So you could do it for like a birthday, or you could do it for, you know, an anniversary gift. Well, any kind of gift that you would have, that you want to document, not just Christmas. And I may have to make another one. Like I said, if I can find the picture of my grandson, it was kind of a funny story. We had gotten him one of those little type ride-on trucks. And so I was so excited because it was a little pickup truck. And I was so excited that we were giving it to him. And I was so concentrating on, he was a year old, and I'm like, oh, he's going to love this truck, that I wasn't paying attention to what he was wearing. And my niece-in-law was practically pulling him out of the truck because she wanted me to read his shirt that says that he was going to be a big brother. So that was kind of a funny story that I'm going to actually document. And I know I have those pictures printed, and for the life of me, I have no idea where I put them. So another reason why in January I need to organize my photos. So I'm going to put the enamel dots on, and then I think we're done. So let me see what we've got here. I know I had, well, I could do the gems. I have these that are kind of a limey green. I want to go with that because the flowers would have a green on the inside, so I'll stick with the green. I'll use up some of the bigger ones. Oops. Just put my finger in some Heidi shine. Be careful. don't think the other ones need it because I think they're hiding under the bows. So that's going to do it for my layout. Thank you again for putting up with me doing it live. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see in the next few days an album share. Like I said, I've done 2 years so far. I did enjoy doing it, but it was a lot of work, and this year I'm just not prepared for it. I might do it again next year because I end up scrapbooking all this stuff and putting it in my family albums anyways because I go chronological. So I'm kind of debating, but here is my layout for today. I want to thank you for joining me for day 6 of the 12 Days of Christmas. Check out the link below and you will find the link to the next person on the hop. And again, have a merry holiday season. Friday, I don't know what's going to happen because I'm going to a Christmas parade with my grandkids. And unless I get an extra layout caught up before then, I might not have one ready. Or is the 6th? No, actually this is going to be for the 6th. Today is Wednesday, so I'm making it ahead. But, so it might be Sunday that I don't get one. We'll see. Anyways, leave me a comment down below. And for all you new subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for all the lovely comments that have been left for me, I am over the moon. It makes everything worthwhile, and I appreciate all of you. You have a great day.